So from this lecture we are going to start chapter 3, that is the scope and relation of EVS to science and social science. The scope of EVS focuses on the multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary nature of this subject. While studying the different components of the environment, one has to take help of physical sciences like physics, chemistry, geology, etc., and also social sciences like economics, politics, sociology, etc. Example, while dealing with environmental problems like the water pollution, one has to collect information about while dealing with environmental problems like the water pollution, one has to collect information about different water pollutants, their chemical reaction with water, and the physical and chemical processes of polluting the water. Knowledge about the physical sciences like chemistry, physics, etc. is very important. It is essential to have some background of the social sciences like psychology, sociology, economics, etc. to examine the behavior of the people. The physical sciences like geology helps in providing information about the availability and types of natural resource in the interior of the earth. While preparing master plan for the conservation of resources in a particular region, one has to consider economic motives and behavior of the people in that region. The environment of the region or the nation is affected by economic and political structures as well as by the culture of the country. Environmental and science. In contemporary world, development is guided by rapid growth in science and technology. It is important that all development in technology should be environment friendly. So these technologies can be used without damaging and compromising environment. Today, new technologies are being invented and developed which are promoting the conservation effort and causes minimum damage to the environment. Examples: wind energy, solar energy, pollution-free cars. We know environment is made up of two components. First is biotic and another is abiotic. Biotic component includes plants, animals, and microorganisms, and we study all these in biology. While abiotic component includes temperature, pressure, heat, energy, air, etc., and these are studied in physics and chemistry. So it can be concluded that environment share close relationship with all three streams of natural science: environment and society. The society is now awakened toward environmental problems and they are concerned about the quality of environment that has reached to almost its peak. The environment improvement measures being costly and long run investment of time, money and resources may jeopardize the public interest and the implementation of environment environmental improvement programs. 3.3 Environment and Politics. The interaction between environment and society depends largely on the social and political system within which arise the environmental and ecological problems. The ecological situation varies from one country to the other and one region to the other because of uneven distribution of natural resources, uneven economic and social development, dissimilarities of demographic factors, varying viewpoints of the government and individuals towards environment, etc. Continuous but exceedingly increasing rate of rapacious exploitation of natural resources and uncontrolled development by the developed world, monopolistic groups and selfish international companies are responsible for alarming situation of grave environmental crisis and ecological imbalance. These days, few government lays more emphasis on the social importance of natural resource, environmental and ecological problems, and on the urgent need to tackle these problems. 3.4 Environment and Resources. The present society has to educate the future generation in the light of resources of the country which are to be utilized adequately. The resources are fundamental base for the economic growth and the development of human beings, but their withdrawal from the nature, mode of their uses by human beings, and their disposal have enormous adverse effect on the environment. It is thus imperative to study the linkages between use of resources and the environment. The natural resources in the form of matter and energy are of vital significance for the survival of all types of life on the planet. Therefore, the meaning, classification, assessment and evaluation, uses and abuses, conservation and management of all sorts of resources, either natural or cultural, renewable or non-renewable, are very significant aspect of environment. Environment and geography. The field and study of geography is Earth and Man. Earth includes physical, biological, social, cultural, and economic components of the environment with reference to man. Thus, geography is the only discipline that can pursue the study of environment and organisms as whole because, as regards the physical system, it is geography that excels other sciences because geographers have the knowledge of structure, geomorphic processes, climate, vegetation, and soils, while other scientists specialize in only one of those aspects. Being an integrating science, geography synthesizes all the elements and components of planet Earth into body and links the social sciences with the natural sciences. The geographers, besides identifying complex relationship between man and physical environment, have the capability of locating the distribution of such relationship in space, mapping them and employing the causes of variations in distribution. Now 3.6, environment and health. Health of a person is the result of interaction of large number of influences upon the person. This can be considered as genetic influences, behavioral influences and environmental influences. Genetic influences. Genes determine the physical and psychological character of an organism. The inherited abnormalities manifest as the hereditary disease which are passed on from parents to offsprings. Behavioral influences: alcoholism, smoking, and use of drugs, tobacco, chewing, or irregular food habits causing various kinds of health problems. Environmental influences: various components of the environment exert their influence on our health. This can be grouped under physical, chemical, biological, social, and psychological factors. 3.6.1, Mode of transmission of diseases. Diseases causing pathogens reaches human in various ways, which are described below. First is contact transmission. Some diseases can be transmitted either by direct physical contact with the infected person, or the causative agent can be transmitted to the host indirectly by contact with infected articles. Second one is vector transmission. Vector is a carrier of pathogen. Mosquitoes spend a part of their life cycle in water, and it works as vector for diseases like dengue, malaria, chikungunya. Now, 3.6.2, Sanitation and other problems in habitations. Unregulated growth of habitations, inadequate infrastructure facilities, and lack of proper facilities for collection, transportation, treatment, and disposal of wastage have all contributed to increased pollution, causing health hazards. Lack of proper toilets facilities, especially in villages, towns, and slum areas of cities, does not permit proper disposal of human waste, which in turn led to improper sanitary conditions and health hazards. Scarcity of clean drinking water is one of the major causes of the spread of many waterborne diseases. Poor drainage or improper drainage results in the accumulation of wastewater in public places in villages, towns, and cities. Animal excreta and movement of cattle in and out of water pools and puddles spreads this filth over larger areas, further causing sanitary problems. So in this way we have completed chapter 3, that is relation to social scope and relation to science and social science. Okay, so now we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.